Hello, everyone. Welcome to the little early start and a night that is beginning with some random technical problems, which is quite annoying. So I'm going to be doing some manual pushes for the social right now. Oh, there's some Reddit for everybody's screen right there. So pardon me real quick as I get some of this social out. Round 8 MLSFI preview. Hey. You guys at Reddit get an everyone message. So that's the way it happens when things are being wonky and not cooperating. We get at everyone messages. Let's see here. I'll make the announcement. Round 8 preview, not 9 preview. That's ridiculous. Publish that, and then finally head over to the Twitters, which is being fussy with my button that's not working. Again, everything. I told Ashley, it's like we're trying to be good and on the ball, and it's just like, nope.
We're trying to be on time, but technology is saying, no thank you.
You get to do absolutely
Not
nothing.
today, Reid.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. And so send out this tweet with the copy URL, paste there, tweet it out with that, tweet it out with Fantasy Boss, and there, tweet. There we go. All right, here we are, everyone, again. So thank you for joining us a little bit earlier, or at least like it used to be. Let me know how the volume is doing. Let me know how the video is doing, because I'm getting some weird messages from YouTube about it being able to get enough bandwidth for smoothness, and which is annoying. But just let me know. I know we had some clipping issues last week with the volume, so I'm hoping that is better this week. I've got some of those levels adjusted here with OBS, and so hoping it's all good. Blayne will be joining us later, but I have Ashley, and so we're going to get things started reviewing this round 8, which for those of you who are here with us early in this behind the scenes, I think many of us can go ahead and all agree this is a general pretty shitty round. So a lot of just bonkers choices here. So we will be doing the best that we can to talk about that tonight. And so we're going to get started real quick for the general editing that we do for the podcast. So here we go. Hello and welcome to episode 11 of the MLS Fantasy Insider, our review of round 7 and preview of round 8. This episode is brought to you by LA Galaxy's new unofficial third color, red. No. Actually, brought to you by our amazing MLS Fantasy Insider Patreon supporters. It's because of you all that we are continuing to keep this project going. Thank you so much. You can learn more about this project at patreon.com/MLSFI. And again, I'm getting at this message early each episode this month. Be sure to have selected the tier that you want, because I'm going to be running the report this month for the swag that we're ordering. So be sure to get in there and get your tier selected so that I have the correct information. Happy to try to make updates after the fact, but it's always easier to get it all done. So this month in April, be sure to have your tier properly selected. I'm your host, Reid Connolly from MLSFantasyBoss.com, and tonight I'm joined by my partners in fantasy, Blayne Riffle and Ashley Savage. Just a classic 3 trio tonight. We're working on getting Skylar Redpath on the show, but some work schedules are conflicting, so we're hoping to have that soon. But welcome.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Welcome back, Ashley.
Yes. Happy to be back.
And I guess we should say welcome back, Spencer, to be able to give you some more flexibility now.
Yeah, single parenting. I don't know how people do it all the time, but I've been doing it part-time, and it's been miserable. So I'm very glad he's not traveling anymore. And I don't have to miss any more Mondays.
Yes. Well, I know that Blayne's got a little bit of stuff going on tonight as well, so he's hoping to pop in and pop out some. So we're going to just jump right into our first segment of expectations and reality from this past round. And Blayne, let you go ahead and just kick us off with some of your takeaways.
Yeah. Overall, I got a 117 for the round, which was week rank 386. So no complaints here on that one, especially after having some pretty bad weeks lately with everything going on in my life right now. It was actually refreshing to see one of those triple-digit scores. I hit big with the Vancouver triple on defense, which is big takeaway for me on this. I expected more goals in that game, but the defense was doing what I thought they would do. Portland really doesn't have much to offer offensively right now. We have no fantasy options in that squad. It's kind of a who gets a goal and when for them, but there's no way to predict it. And when they're running into solid defenses, they're not getting anything done. So I bet heavily against Portland, and I will probably continue to do that until I see them get Evander back in the starting lineup. And even then, he wasn't looking great before when the season started. So I'm not expecting much, and I'm going to keep on that. Game that really stood out to me for fantasy implications was Chicago and Minnesota. That didn't expect any goals from that. If I talked about it on the show last week, it was that game was ripe for a 0-0 draw. And neither offense is doing a whole lot, but that also makes it a prime candidate for your Because MLS game of the week, where you get a 1-1 clean sheet buster each way, have no idea who's going to score, and just avoid that at all costs, because that was one of those good defensive matchups. It happened to be Kai Kamara with an early brace, puts him at 142 total on his career in MLS as he's chasing Donovan. And I have to wonder now if Chicago's going to solidify. Kamara scored a couple of weeks in a row now. Is he becoming fantasy viable as a potential bench play with the way they're going? That old school lump the ball into Kamara while he's in the air seems to work for teams. He's scored for 10 different clubs now. I just have to ask if he's viable, and I think I'm cooling off on Minnesota's defense just a hair. I was big on them for holding down St. Louis. I thought they would. They're still one of the better defenses, but that was a road game. They didn't perform. I'm going kind of back to that home-only model for them, which is where I was kind of at anyway. But that was just, you don't expect to give up 2 goals to a team like Chicago when you've only given up 4 on the season. And that final one, we made the joke about it, but Houston versus Galaxy game just kind of confirmed the couple of things we've been talking about. Herrera is a solid, almost premium midfielder. When he's got a good matchup, he's the guy you want. He had a goal and an assist before he picked up that red card late in the game. But, man, LA Galaxy looked bad. That's a team that's frustrated. They're not getting anything done. They have very little creativity. They can't even bunker and counter well. It's just, there's nothing to like there. Pooch was supposed to be a potential MVP candidate, and we're not even talking about him anymore. Picking up yellow cards more than he's picking up goals right now. It's bad in LA. They are dysfunctional, and I can't quite say they're Montreal level bad, but it's getting close.
Thank you for that quick breakdown, Blayne. Ashley, what do you have?
Yeah, I'm going to sound like a real, picky person here. I had a 130, week rank 54. I shouldn't have anything to complain about, but I will. I was texting the guys and asking my husband right before the Sounders game kicked off. I needed to scrub either Jordan Morris or Gressel to bring in some bossy bench points that I did not expect to need to bring in. And I made the mistake of scrubbing Gressel instead of Jordan Morris, which was, I think, a 13-point difference, 12-point difference. So almost at 142. But I'll take the 130. Again, swear I'm not complaining. My total value is up to almost 130 right now. which makes me very, very happy. I took a gamble on Petrovic. I know a lot of people weren't very on him, and he ended up with a shutout and an assist, which was a great start to my fantasy week. Last minute added Arias to my bench after talking to Reid a little bit, getting some insider info there after those rosters came out. And then Bouanga and Bossy both also on my bench. So Bouanga was a no-brainer for me. Bossy, I felt like I was kind of just reaching, and he ended up paying off. Captain Heel, and all my defenders had shutouts. So just kind of a crazy week for me. I feel like I hadn't had anything completely click. I just kind of had some things work out here and there so far this season, but like I said, week rank 54, I really shouldn't have anything to complain about, but I am still mad at myself for making the wrong choice in that 50-50 call. So some expectations versus reality for me. Obviously, Seattle versus St. Louis. To be completely honest, and I know it sounds cocky now, but I was expecting Seattle to kind of thump them. I feel like the build up to the undefeated streak that St. Louis had was a little off. I think they still have some great fantasy players. I know we've been come at on Twitter for not giving St. Louis enough due, so I don't want to sound like I'm not. But I did expect St. Louis to take a tumble in Seattle. But I expected it with Jordan Morris goals. And the reality was they did take a tumble, but not with Jordan Morris goals.